Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Barritt. This video is called What to Expect in Your First 2 Consultations. I think it's going to be very helpful to a lot of people to know what to expect, because I can imagine you may be looking at this video saying to yourself, well, I've already tried this, I've already tried that, and nothing seems to be working, and so should I go and see this guy? What I'm about to explain here now is the initial 2-visit evaluation process that I use. What I'm going to do is look at 10 different spinal health indicators. Each one represents a different aspect of the health of the spine. I also want to know where you're up to in your health. What are your goals? We've got a whole form for what are your health goals. So I encourage you to take a few minutes to look at that carefully. Some people are interested in that. You don't have to fill that out, but some people really get a lot out of that. At a reevaluation down the road, we can look at those things and see, are you meeting your goals? And if not, is there something else I can be doing to help you with those? The first visit is an hour long, approximately, and the second one approximately half an hour long. During the first one, we're going to look at what symptoms you have, when did they first start, how long have you had them, how intense are they? How often do you get them? Do you know what might have caused them? And a whole series of questions like that on each of the symptoms that you have. Then we'll look at doing the physical evaluation. And to do that, we use this form here. It's called What to Look For as a New Chiropractic Patient in This Office. And in this, we'll not only show you our notes on what it is that we found. Here there's explanations of why we do certain tests and what does it mean. I want to try and help you to explain as much detail as I can. So part of that will be in this report, and then you can write down some notes or any questions you have and bring it back to me and we can answer those. The first one is breathing integrity, which is how your body breathes. Some parts of it stuck, there's some parts of it moving properly, just when you're laying down on your tummy. The other part is posture. That can be an obvious problem for some of us. And in fact, though, I find many people come in not knowing that they have some problems and their head's a bit tilted, one shoulder's higher than the other, and a few things like this. And those are things that are often helped by our treatment, so it's good to monitor them. Another one is muscle strength testing. We can have imbalance. We might be strong, but one side's stronger than the other. Other times we could be very weak and not even know it. Regular bodybuilders and go to the gym a lot, they can be very surprised by having some weaknesses, and that can help explain why they're susceptible to getting injuries. Another one is range of motion. Some people find that they don't even realize that they're stuck turning this way or that, or flexing or extending, because we don't tend to do that, and that can be a cause of pain in other areas of the body. And we get into more of that detail during the exam. So another one is spinal health indicator number 5, tenderness levels. If you touched a part of your skin that had a pimple, you could touch it very gently and give it a gentle little squeeze and go through the roof. It's like, oh, that's sore. Then we touch the skin just a little way away from that, little distance away from that, and nothing happens. That's because it's inflamed. Well, the same thing can happen in parts of our neck and back, and that can give me a very good indication of some problems and what we're going to do to help you. And then it could also give you a very good indication, like, wow, I do have a problem. I didn't even know I was sore there. And then when we do the treatment and recheck it, that will very often go down. We might look at orthopedic testing. That can tell the difference quite often, or at least give a good strong indication of, do you have a disc problem or a facet joint problem, for example. Passive spinal stiffness is another spinal health indicator. Some parts of the back might be like a rock, very rigid, and other parts get softer. And then that is a great relief when after the very gentle treatment, we get a good response from the brain and nervous system overall. The whole body relaxes, and then we just come back and push on it, and you can feel how it's much more springy. It's a very common response in the very first visit. and very important to the functioning of the nerves and their ability to communicate from the brain to the cells and tissues and muscles of the body, and then give feedback back to the brain. That pathway of communication needs to be open, and stiffness can be one of the things that blocks that. Another one is muscle tension or hypertonicity, and they will tell if those muscles are really tight and ropey or if they're nice and soft and supple. The last one is chiropractic neurological parameters, and that is about looking at the ankles and how they can help us have insight into the way in which the spine's functioning. It's important for the ankles, although you might say, well, I don't care about my ankles, I've got pain in my low back or my neck or somewhere else. But it's all part of creating function throughout the entire body, because one part affects the other. And it's also like a window, if you will, for me to look into how the spine's functioning and where the distortion is going. So I hope that's helped to give you an idea about what to expect. As I said, at the end of it, we'll give you this report along with 1 or 2 pages at the front of it that highlight the problems that we saw, if we do indeed find some, which ones improved and by how much, and then some recommendations of care, giving you an idea of how much treatment and how long it might take to get some really good results.